Ever felt like you're chasing intelligence but getting nowhere? Discover how mindfulness can unlock your brain's full potential with the audiobook, Stop Chasing Intelligence. Let mindfulness unlock the full power of your brain. This book reveals practical strategies to enhance mental capacities, boost emotional intelligence, and achieve professional success with the power of mindfulness. Learn to amplify focus, clear mental clutter, and foster creativity. Don't miss out on transforming your life and unleashing your brain's power. Your journey to limitless mental growth and a more fulfilling life starts here. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: The Mind Shift. In a world obsessed with quantifying intelligence, we've lost sight of what truly matters: the untapped potential of our minds. For decades, we've chased after higher IQ scores, better grades, and more impressive credentials, believing these metrics were the ultimate measure of our cognitive abilities. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking your brain's full power lies not in relentless pursuit of these conventional markers, but in something far more accessible and transformative? Enter mindfulness, a practice as ancient as human civilization itself, yet more relevant than ever in our fast-paced, information-saturated world. Mindfulness isn't just about relaxation or stress relief. It's a powerful tool for cognitive enhancement that can revolutionize the way you think, learn, and interact with the world around you. As you embark on this journey through Stop Chasing Intelligence, let mindfulness unlock the full power of your brain. You're taking the first step towards a profound shift in your mental landscape. This book isn't about quick fixes or overnight transformations. Instead, it offers a roadmap for sustainable cognitive growth, emotional intelligence development, and the cultivation of a strategic mindset that will serve you in all areas of life. But what exactly can you expect to achieve as you dive into these pages? First and foremost, you'll develop a deep understanding of mindfulness and its impact on cognitive enhancement. You'll learn to recognize the limitations of traditional intelligence measures and begin to shift your mindset towards embracing mindfulness as a tool for personal growth. This foundational knowledge is crucial, as it sets the stage for everything that follows. As you progress through the book and integrate its teachings into your daily life, you'll start to notice subtle but significant changes. Your ability to focus will sharpen, allowing you to cut through the noise of everyday distractions and engage more deeply with your tasks and relationships. You'll find yourself making decisions with greater clarity and confidence, drawing on a well of inner wisdom that mindfulness helps to cultivate. But the benefits don't stop there. Over time, as you continue to practice and refine your mindfulness skills, you'll experience sustained cognitive improvement and mental agility. The fog of mental clutter will lift, revealing a landscape of crisp, clear thinking. Your productivity will soar as you learn to harness the power of presence, allowing you to accomplish more in less time and with less stress. Perhaps most importantly, you'll notice a deepening of your emotional intelligence. As you become more attuned to your own thoughts and feelings, you'll naturally develop greater empathy and understanding for others. This enhanced emotional awareness will transform your interpersonal relationships, both personal and professional, leading to more meaningful connections and effective communication. So what's involved in this transformative journey? At its core, mindfulness is about cultivating present moment awareness. This means learning to pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's a simple concept, but one that requires consistent practice to master. The most important steps in this process involve embracing daily mindfulness practices, understanding the science behind mindfulness and neuroplasticity, and committing to continuous personal development. These elements form the foundation of your mindfulness practice, and set the stage for lasting cognitive enhancement. Why are these steps so crucial, and why have I chosen to present them in this particular order? The answer lies in the nature of cognitive development itself. By establishing a foundational mindset before advancing to more complex techniques, you create a solid base upon which to build. This approach allows you to build knowledge sequentially for maximum impact, ensuring that each new concept and practice builds upon the last. Moreover, by aligning these practices with cognitive development principles, we tap into the brain's natural capacity for growth and change. This is where the fascinating field of neuroplasticity comes into play, the brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout life. Mindfulness practices have been shown to stimulate neuroplasticity, literally reshaping the brain in ways that enhance cognitive function. But before we delve deeper into the science and practice of mindfulness, it's important to address a fundamental question. What is intelligence, really? For too long, we've been constrained by narrow definitions that prioritize certain types of cognitive abilities over others. Traditional measures like IQ tests capture only a fraction of human cognitive potential, ignoring crucial aspects like emotional intelligence, creativity, and adaptability. In today's rapidly changing world, these overlooked aspects of intelligence are more important than ever. The ability to think flexibly, to empathize with others, to manage stress effectively, and to approach problems with creativity and insight. These are the skills that truly set exceptional individuals apart. This is where mindfulness comes in. Far from being a new age fad, mindfulness has deep historical roots in contemplative traditions around the world. From ancient Buddhist meditation practices to modern secular applications, mindfulness has evolved into a powerful tool for personal growth and cognitive enhancement. But what exactly is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is the practice of bringing one's attention to the present moment with openness, curiosity, and acceptance. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and equanimity. The power of mindfulness lies in its ability to create space between stimulus and response. In that space, we find the freedom to choose our reactions rather than being driven by automatic habits or emotional impulses. This increased self-awareness and self-regulation form the basis for enhanced cognitive function across a wide range of domains. As we explore the connection between mindfulness and cognitive enhancement, we'll delve into the fascinating world of neuroscience. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can lead to measurable changes in brain structure and function. These changes are associated with improvements in attention, memory, emotional regulation, and even physical health. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of mindfulness as a tool for cognitive enhancement is its accessibility. Unlike expensive supplements or time-consuming training programs, mindfulness is something you can practice anywhere, at any time. It doesn't require special equipment or a particular environment, just your willingness to pay attention to the present moment. As we prepare to embark on this transformative journey, it's important to set clear intentions for your personal growth. What aspects of your cognitive function do you hope to enhance? What areas of your life could benefit from greater mindfulness and awareness? By clarifying your goals and motivations, you'll be better equipped to stay committed to your practice, even when challenges arise. It's also crucial to address some common misconceptions about mindfulness. Many people believe that mindfulness is about emptying the mind of all thoughts or achieving a state of perpetual calm. In reality, mindfulness is about developing a different relationship with your thoughts and emotions, one of curiosity and non-judgment, rather than avoidance or attachment. Others may worry that mindfulness practice will conflict with their religious or philosophical beliefs. However, mindfulness as a cognitive enhancement tool is secular in nature, compatible with a wide range of belief systems and worldviews. It's not about adopting a new set of beliefs, but about cultivating a particular quality of attention that can enhance your existing practices and pursuits. As we conclude this introductory chapter, you may find yourself both excited and perhaps a little daunted by the journey ahead. Rest assured, this book will guide you step by step through the process of integrating mindfulness into your life for maximum cognitive benefit. From basic meditation techniques to advanced strategies for enhancing focus, creativity, and emotional intelligence, you'll find a wealth of practical tools and insights to support your growth. In the chapters that follow, we'll explore how mindfulness can awaken your cognitive potential, amplify your focus and productivity, and clear away mental clutter to boost memory and critical thinking. We'll delve into the fascinating world of emotional intelligence and discover how mindfulness can help you master stress and foster creativity. But for now, take a moment to appreciate the first step you've taken on this transformative journey. By opening this book and engaging with these ideas, you've already begun to shift your mindset towards a more mindful, cognitively enhanced way of being. As we move forward, remember that the path to unlocking your brain's full potential is not a destination, but an ongoing process of growth and discovery. Are you ready to leave behind the limitations of conventional intelligence pursuits and embrace a more holistic, mindful approach to cognitive enhancement? The journey ahead promises not just improved mental performance, but a deeper, richer experience of life itself. As we turn the page to the next chapter, prepare to awaken to the vast potential that lies within your own mind. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Mindful Awakening. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to tap into the full potential of your mind? To access a wellspring of clarity, creativity, and cognitive prowess that you never knew existed within you? The journey to unlocking these hidden capacities begins with a simple yet profound shift in awareness, a mindful awakening. As we delve into this chapter, we'll explore how mindfulness serves as the gateway to enhanced cognitive abilities. But what exactly does this mean, and why is it so crucial for unlocking the full power of your brain? The answer lies in the intricate relationship between our conscious awareness and the complex neural networks that shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Mindfulness, at its core, is about cultivating a particular quality of attention, one that is focused, present, and non-judgmental. This may sound simple, but its implications for cognitive enhancement are profound. By training our minds to stay anchored in the present moment, we begin to rewire our brains in ways that support sharper focus, improved memory, and greater mental agility. But how does this work on a neurological level? The science behind mindfulness and its impact on brain function is fascinating and continues to evolve. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can lead to measurable changes in brain structure and function, a phenomenon known as neuroplasticity. Imagine your brain as a vast network of interconnected pathways. Each time you engage in mindful awareness, you're essentially strengthening these neural connections, much like how repeated physical exercise builds muscle. Over time, this leads to increased gray matter density in regions of the brain associated with learning, memory, emotional regulation, and perspective taking. One of the most striking findings in the neuroscience of mindfulness is its effect on the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for executive functions like planning, decision-making, and impulse control. Regular mindfulness practice has been shown to increase the thickness of the prefrontal cortex, potentially enhancing our ability to think clearly, make sound judgments, and regulate our emotions more effectively. But the benefits don't stop there. Mindfulness also appears to have a calming effect on the amygdala, the brain's fear center, which can lead to reduced stress and anxiety. This, in turn, creates an optimal internal environment for learning and cognitive growth. As we begin to understand these neurological changes, it becomes clear why cultivating present moment awareness is so crucial for cognitive enhancement. By training our minds to stay focused on the here and now, we're not just improving our ability to concentrate. We're literally reshaping our brains in ways that support higher level thinking and emotional intelligence. So, how do we go about cultivating this present moment awareness? It starts with recognizing how often our minds tend to wander away from the present. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's all too easy to fall into a state of constant distraction, our attention pulled in 1,000 different directions at once. This state of perpetual mental fragmentation is what we might call autopilot living. We go through our days on automatic, reacting to stimuli without true awareness, missing out on the richness of our experiences and the full capacity of our minds. Breaking free from this autopilot mode is the first step towards a mindful awakening. One powerful technique for anchoring ourselves in the present moment is the practice of mindful breathing. This doesn't require any special equipment or setting. You can do it anywhere, at any time. Simply bring your attention to your breath, noticing the sensation of air moving in and out of your body. When your mind inevitably wanders, and it will, gently bring your focus back to your breath without judgment. This simple practice, repeated over time, begins to train your mind to stay present and focused. It's like a mental workout, strengthening your ability to direct and sustain attention at will. As you become more adept at this, you may find that you're able to bring this quality of focused awareness to other aspects of your life, your work, your relationships, your creative pursuits. Another powerful technique for cultivating present moment awareness is the practice of mindful observation. This involves choosing an object in your environment. It could be a flower, a piece of art, or even the palm of your hand, and observing it as if you're seeing it for the first time. Notice its colors, textures, shapes. Allow yourself to be curious about it without getting caught up in mental narratives or judgments about what you're seeing. This practice not only anchors you firmly in the present moment, but also begins to awaken your powers of perception and observation. As you hone this skill, you may find that you start noticing details in your environment that you've never seen before, leading to enhanced creativity and problem-solving abilities. As we continue to explore the realm of mindful awakening, it's important to recognize that this is not just about improving focus or reducing stress, although these are certainly valuable benefits. The true power of mindfulness lies in its ability to unlock our cognitive potential in ways we might never have imagined. Consider creativity, for instance. Many of us have experienced those elusive aha moments when a brilliant idea seems to come out of nowhere. What if you could access that state of creative flow more consistently? Mindfulness practices have been shown to enhance divergent thinking, the ability to generate multiple novel ideas, which is a key component of creativity and innovation. By training our minds to be more open and receptive through mindfulness, we create the conditions for these creative insights to arise more frequently. We learn to quiet the inner critic that often stifles our creative impulses, allowing ideas to flow more freely. But the cognitive benefits of mindfulness extend far beyond creativity. Regular practice has been associated with improvements in working memory, cognitive flexibility, and even fluid intelligence, our ability to reason and solve novel problems. It's as if mindfulness acts as a cognitive lubricant, allowing our mental gears to turn more smoothly and efficiently. As you embark on your journey of mindful awakening, it's natural to wonder about the potential outcomes. While everyone's experience is unique, there are some common benefits that many practitioners report. At a basic level, you're likely to notice an increased awareness of your thoughts and feelings. This heightened self-awareness can be transformative in itself, allowing you to respond to life's challenges with greater equanimity and wisdom. As you continue to practice, you may experience improved focus and mental clarity. Tasks that once seemed daunting may become more manageable as you learn to approach them with a calm, centered mind. You might find yourself less easily distracted, able to sustain attention for longer periods without feeling drained. For those who persist in their practice, the potential benefits are even more profound. Many long-term practitioners report experiencing enhanced intelligence and cognitive agility. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll suddenly become a genius, but rather that you'll be able to use your existing cognitive resources more effectively. You may find yourself thinking more creatively, solving problems more efficiently, and adapting more readily to new situations. Of course, like any worthwhile endeavor, the path of mindful awakening is not without its challenges. Many beginners find it difficult to stay focused during practice, their minds wandering off almost as soon as they try to concentrate. If this happens to you, remember that it's a normal part of the process. The act of noticing that your mind has wandered and gently bringing it back to the present moment is, in fact, the essence of the practice. If you're struggling with focus, try starting with shorter sessions. Even just a few minutes of mindful awareness can be beneficial. You might also find it helpful to use guided meditations, which provide a gentle structure for your practice. Another common challenge is feeling overwhelmed by thoughts or emotions during mindfulness practice. You might find yourself dwelling on worries about the future or regrets about the past. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate thoughts or emotions, but to change your relationship with them. Practice observing your thoughts without getting caught up in them, as if you're watching clouds pass across the sky. If you find yourself overwhelmed, try incorporating some acceptance techniques into your practice. Remind yourself that whatever you're experiencing, whether it's restlessness, anxiety, or boredom, is okay. It's all part of the process of becoming more aware. As we conclude this chapter on mindful awakening, take a moment to reflect on the journey ahead. You're embarking on a path that has the potential to transform not just your cognitive abilities, but your entire experience of life. With each mindful breath, each moment of present awareness, you're taking a step towards unlocking the full power of your brain. But this is just the beginning. As we move forward, we'll explore how this foundation of mindfulness can be leveraged to amplify your focus and productivity in ways you might never have thought possible. Are you ready to discover the hidden reservoirs of mental energy and clarity that lie within you? The journey continues, and the next chapter holds the key to unleashing your full cognitive potential. Chapter 3, Presence Power. Have you ever found yourself at the end of a long day, wondering where all the time went? You were busy, certainly, but what did you actually accomplish? In our hyper-connected world, it's all too easy to fall into a pattern of constant activity without real productivity. We jump from task to task, our attention fractured by endless notifications and distractions. But what if there was a way to harness the full power of your mind, to bring laser-like focus to your work and dramatically amplify your productivity? This is where the concept of presence power comes into play. It's not just about being physically present. It's about bringing your full mental and emotional resources to bear on the task at hand. It's about cultivating a state of mind where distractions fall away, and you're able to engage deeply with your work in a way that not only enhances your performance, but also accelerates your learning and growth. But what exactly is this elusive state of presence, and how can we access it more consistently? At its core, presence is about anchoring your mind firmly in the current moment. It's about developing the ability to direct and sustain your attention at will, rather than being at the mercy of every passing thought or external stimulus. The impact of this present moment focus on our cognitive abilities is profound. When we're fully present, we're able to process information more efficiently, make connections more readily, and retain knowledge more effectively. It's as if we're operating with a clearer, sharper lens through which to view the world and our work. Moreover, by reducing mental distractions, we free up valuable cognitive resources. Think about how much mental energy you expend each day just managing the constant influx of information and stimuli. By learning to filter out unnecessary distractions and focus on what truly matters, we can dramatically enhance our performance across all areas of life. But how do we cultivate this ability to focus? It starts with understanding the nature of attention itself. Our attention is not a fixed quantity. It's more like a muscle that can be strengthened through consistent practice. Just as we can train our bodies to run faster or lift heavier weights, we can train our minds to sustain focus for longer periods and with greater intensity. One key aspect of this training is learning to recognize and manage distractions mindfully. This doesn't mean creating a sterile, distraction-free environment, which is rarely possible in the real world anyway. Instead, it's about developing the ability to acknowledge distractions when they arise, and then consciously choose whether to engage with them or return our focus to the task at hand. This might sound simple, but in practice, it requires a great deal of awareness and self-discipline. It's about catching yourself in those moments when your mind starts to wander and gently but firmly guiding it back to the present moment. Over time, this becomes easier and more natural, but it always requires conscious effort. As we develop this capacity for sustained attention, we begin to see remarkable improvements in our productivity. Tasks that once seemed daunting become manageable. Complex problems that might have overwhelmed us before can be approached with clarity and confidence. We find ourselves able to work for longer periods without feeling drained, and the quality of our work improves as we're able to bring our full cognitive resources to bear. But presence power isn't just about getting more done. It's about transforming the very nature of how we work. It's about developing mindful work habits that allow us to engage more deeply and meaningfully with our tasks. This might involve practices like single tasking, focusing on one task at a time rather than constantly multitasking, or implementing regular mindfulness breaks throughout the day to reset and refocus our attention. Time management, too, takes on a new dimension when viewed through the lens of mindfulness. Instead of constantly racing against the clock, we learn to work with time in a more intentional way. This might involve techniques like time blocking, where we dedicate specific periods to particular tasks, fully immersing ourselves in the work without distraction. But perhaps one of the most powerful applications of presence power is in the realm of decision-making. How often do we make important choices on autopilot, driven by habit or impulse, rather than conscious deliberation? By bringing mindful awareness to our decision-making process, we can make more conscious choices that align with our true values and goals. This doesn't mean agonizing over every small decision. Rather, it's about developing the ability to pause, even if just for a moment, before reacting. In that pause, we create space for wisdom to arise. We're able to consider our options more fully, to weigh the potential consequences of our actions, and to make choices that serve us better in the long run. Moreover, this mindful approach to decision-making can help us reduce impulsive behaviors that often derail our productivity and well-being. By cultivating greater awareness of our thoughts and emotions, we're better able to recognize when we're acting out of fear, anger, or other strong emotions, and choose a more balanced response. To help you start harnessing the power of presence in your own life, let's explore a few practical exercises. One fundamental practice is focused attention meditation. This involves choosing a single point of focus. It could be your breath, a physical sensation, or even a visual object, and maintaining your attention on that focus for a set period of time. When your mind inevitably wanders, and it will, simply notice that it has wandered and gently bring your attention back to your chosen focus. Another powerful technique is mindful task execution. This involves bringing full awareness to whatever task you're engaged in, no matter how mundane it might seem. Whether you're writing a report, cleaning your space, or having a conversation, try to give it your full attention. Notice the physical sensations involved, the thoughts and emotions that arise, without getting caught up in them. Time blocking with mindfulness is another effective strategy. Set aside specific periods for different tasks or types of work, and during those periods, commit to focusing solely on the designated task. Use mindfulness techniques to help you stay present and engaged, returning your focus to the task whenever you notice your mind wandering. As you begin to implement these practices, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience an improved ability to concentrate on tasks. You might find that you're able to work for longer periods without feeling mentally fatigued, and that the quality of your work improves as you're able to bring greater focus and attention to detail. As you continue to develop your presence power, you may notice more significant improvements in your productivity and efficiency. Tasks that once took hours might be completed in a fraction of the time, not because you're rushing, but because you're able to engage with them more fully and effectively. For those who persist in cultivating this state of mindful presence, the potential benefits are even more profound. You may develop a level of mastery over your focus that leads to exceptional performance across all areas of your life. This isn't just about being more productive, it's about bringing a quality of excellence and depth to everything you do. Of course, the path to developing presence power is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is persistent distractions that seem to constantly interrupt our focus. In our hyper-connected world, these distractions are everywhere, from the ping of a new email to the lure of social media. To address this, it's important to create an environment that supports your focus. This might involve setting up a dedicated workspace, using tools to block distracting websites during work hours, or establishing clear boundaries around when you'll check emails or messages. Another challenge many people face is procrastination. Even with the best intentions to be mindful and focused, we might find ourselves putting off important tasks. To combat this, try setting clear intentions at the start of each work session. What do you hope to accomplish? Why is it important? Additionally, establishing some form of accountability, whether it's a work partner, a coach, or even a productivity app, can help keep you on track. As we conclude this exploration of presence power, take a moment to reflect on the potential impact of bringing this level of focus and awareness to your life. Imagine being able to engage fully with your work, your relationships, your personal growth, to bring the full power of your mind to bear on whatever you choose to pursue. But this is just the beginning. As powerful as presence power can be, it's only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to unlocking the full potential of your brain. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that many find challenging, a space where clarity reigns and mental clutter dissolves. Are you ready to discover how to clear the fog from your mind and access a level of mental clarity you may have never experienced before? The journey continues, and the next step may surprise you. Chapter 4: Mental Clarity. Imagine standing at the edge of a pristine mountain lake. The water is so clear you can see straight to the bottom, every pebble and fish visible in perfect detail. Now, picture that same lake, but this time it's murky and clouded, the bottom obscured by silt and debris. Which lake would you rather dive into? Which one would allow you to navigate more easily, to find what you're looking for without struggle? This image of clarity versus cloudiness is a powerful metaphor for the state of our minds. Just as a clear lake allows us to see and move through it with ease, a clear mind enables us to think, remember, and reason with remarkable efficiency. But all too often, our minds resemble that murky lake, clouded by a constant swirl of thoughts, worries, and distractions. Mental clarity, the focus of this chapter, is about transforming your mind from that murky state to one of crystal clear lucidity. It's about clearing away the mental clutter that obscures our thinking and drains our cognitive resources. But what exactly is this mental clutter, and why is it so detrimental to our cognitive performance? Mental clutter can take many forms. It might be the constant replay of past conversations or worries about future events. It could be the nagging voice of self-doubt or the persistent buzz of unfinished tasks. Whatever its form, this mental noise acts like static in our minds, interfering with our ability to think clearly, remember accurately, and reason effectively. The impact of this mental clutter on our cognitive performance cannot be overstated. When our minds are cluttered, we struggle to focus on the task at hand. Our memory becomes unreliable, important information slipping through the cracks of our attention. Our critical thinking skills suffer as we find it harder to analyze situations objectively and make sound decisions. But here's the good news. Just as we can clear a murky lake, we can also clear our minds. And the tool we'll use for this mental decluttering is mindfulness. Through mindfulness practices, we can learn to identify and release mental clutter, creating space for clarity, insight, and enhanced cognitive function. So, how do we begin this process of mental decluttering? The first step is simply becoming aware of the clutter. This might sound easy, but it's surprisingly challenging. Much of our mental clutter operates in the background, like apps running on a smartphone that we've forgotten about. We've become so accustomed to the noise that we hardly notice it anymore. Mindfulness meditation provides a powerful tool for bringing this background noise into our awareness. By sitting quietly and observing our thoughts without judgment, we start to notice patterns. We become aware of recurring worries, persistent self-criticisms, or endless to-do lists running through our minds. This awareness is the first step towards change. Once we've identified our mental clutter, we can begin to organize our thoughts more effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring certain thoughts. That often backfires, making them even more persistent. Instead, it's about learning to relate to our thoughts differently. We can learn to see them as passing mental events rather than absolute truths or urgent demands for our attention. One effective technique for mental organization is the practice of labeling. As thoughts arise during meditation, we simply note them with a label: planning, worrying, remembering, and so on. This simple act of labeling helps create a bit of distance between ourselves and our thoughts, reducing their power to pull us into elaborate mental narratives. As we clear away mental clutter, we often notice an improvement in our memory. This makes sense when you think about it. If your mind is constantly full of noise, there's little room for new information to stick. It's like trying to have a conversation in a noisy room. You might hear the words, but they don't really register. Mindfulness enhances memory in several ways. First, by reducing mental clutter, it creates more space for new information. Second, it improves our ability to pay attention, which is crucial for forming new memories. Finally, mindfulness practices have been shown to actually increase the density of gray matter in brain regions associated with learning and memory. To further strengthen your memory, you might try incorporating mindfulness into your learning process. When reading or listening to new information, practice being fully present. Notice the sensation of holding a book, the sound of a speaker's voice, the feeling of curiosity as you encounter new ideas. By engaging multiple senses and bringing full awareness to the learning process, you create stronger, more vivid memories. But mental clarity isn't just about improving memory. It's also about enhancing our ability to think critically and solve problems effectively. When our minds are clear, we're better able to analyze situations objectively, consider multiple perspectives, and arrive at logical conclusions. Mindfulness supports critical thinking in several ways. First, it helps us become aware of our own biases and assumptions. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we start to notice patterns in our thinking, including cognitive biases that might be clouding our judgment. Moreover, mindfulness cultivates a quality of open, non-judgmental awareness that's crucial for objective analysis. Instead of immediately reacting to new information or jumping to conclusions, we learn to pause, observe, and consider. This creates space for more nuanced and accurate thinking. To put these ideas into practice, let's explore a few exercises that can help cultivate mental clarity. One powerful technique is mindful journaling. Set aside some time each day to write down your thoughts and observations. The key is to write without censoring or judging yourself. Simply let your thoughts flow onto the page. Over time, this practice can help you become more aware of your mental patterns and more skilled at articulating your thoughts clearly. Another useful exercise combines mindfulness with memory enhancement. Choose an object in your environment and study it closely for a minute or two. Notice its colors, textures, shapes. Then close your eyes and try to recall as many details as possible. This exercise not only improves your observational skills, but also strengthens your ability to form and recall clear mental images. For boosting critical thinking, try incorporating mindfulness into your decision-making process. When faced with a choice or problem, take a few moments to breathe deeply and center yourself. Then, consciously observe your thoughts about the situation. What assumptions are you making? What emotions are influencing your thinking? By bringing mindful awareness to your thought process, you can make more balanced and effective decisions. As you begin to incorporate these practices into your life, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience reduced mental clutter and stress. Your mind may feel calmer and more spacious, with fewer intrusive thoughts or worries disrupting your focus. As you continue to practice, you might notice more significant improvements in your memory and information retention. You may find it easier to learn new information, recall important details, and make connections between different ideas. For those who persist in cultivating mental clarity, the potential benefits are even more profound. You may develop enhanced critical thinking and problem-solving abilities, able to analyze complex situations with greater objectivity and insight. This clarity of thought can be a powerful asset in both personal and professional realms, enabling you to navigate challenges with wisdom and effectiveness. Of course, the path to mental clarity is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is difficulty in identifying mental clutter. We're often so accustomed to our habitual thought patterns that we struggle to recognize them as clutter. If you find yourself facing this challenge, try increasing your self-awareness through regular mindfulness exercises. The more you practice observing your thoughts without judgment, the better you'll become at recognizing patterns and identifying mental clutter. Another common challenge is frustration with slow progress. In our fast-paced world, we often expect immediate results, but cultivating mental clarity is a gradual process, more like tending a garden than flipping a switch. If you find yourself getting impatient, remember to practice self-compassion, set realistic goals, celebrate small victories, and maintain consistency in your practice. Over time, you'll likely be surprised by how much clearer and more focused your mind becomes. As we conclude this exploration of mental clarity, take a moment to imagine the potential impact of bringing this level of clarity to your life. Picture yourself navigating complex problems with ease, retaining and recalling information effortlessly, making decisions with confidence and wisdom. This is the power of a clear mind, a mind free from clutter, sharp in its focus, and expansive in its capacity for understanding. But as powerful as mental clarity can be, it's only one facet of unlocking your brain's full potential. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that many find mysterious and challenging, a dimension of intelligence that goes beyond logic and reason. Are you ready to explore the hidden depths of your mind and discover a form of intelligence that can transform your relationships and your understanding of yourself and others? The journey continues, and the next step may reveal aspects of your mind you never knew existed. Chapter 5: Emotional Intelligence. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate life's complexities with such grace and ease? Why they're able to maintain composure in high-stress situations, connect deeply with others, and consistently make wise decisions? The secret might lie in a facet of intelligence that goes beyond traditional measures of cognitive ability. It's a skill set that allows us to understand and manage our own emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. Welcome to the world of emotional intelligence. But what exactly is emotional intelligence, and why is it so crucial for unlocking the full power of your brain? At its core, emotional intelligence is about the interplay between our thoughts and our feelings. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as to perceive and influence the emotions of others. This might sound simple, but it's a complex and powerful skill set that can dramatically impact every aspect of our lives. The impact of emotional intelligence on cognitive function is profound. When we're able to manage our emotions effectively, we free up valuable mental resources that would otherwise be consumed by stress, anxiety, or other emotional turbulence. This allows us to think more clearly, focus more intently, and approach problems with greater creativity and insight. Moreover, emotional regulation plays a crucial role in decision-making. Have you ever made a decision in the heat of anger, only to regret it later? Or perhaps you've hesitated to take action due to fear or anxiety. Our emotions can significantly influence our choices, sometimes leading us astray from our true goals and values. By developing emotional intelligence, we can learn to make decisions that are informed by our emotions without being controlled by them. But how do we begin to develop this crucial skill set? The journey starts with self-awareness. This involves learning to recognize and understand our own emotional states. It might seem like we should already be experts in our own emotions, but the truth is, many of us go through life only vaguely aware of what we're feeling at any given moment. Mindfulness practices can be incredibly powerful tools for developing this self-awareness. By taking time each day to check in with ourselves, to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can start to develop a clearer picture of our emotional landscape. We might begin to notice patterns in our emotional responses, triggers that consistently provoke certain feelings, or habitual ways we react to stress or discomfort. As we become more aware of our emotions, we can start to develop strategies for managing them more effectively. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring our feelings, quite the opposite. Emotional regulation is about acknowledging our emotions fully, understanding where they come from, and choosing how to respond to them in ways that serve us best. One powerful technique for emotion regulation is the practice of responding rather than reacting. When we react, we're often operating on autopilot, letting our immediate emotional impulses drive our behavior. But when we respond, we create a space between the stimulus and our action. In that space, we have the power to choose how we want to proceed. Mindfulness can help us create this crucial space. By training ourselves to pause and observe our emotions as they arise, we give ourselves the opportunity to choose our response thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. This can be particularly valuable in high-stress situations or conflicts where our immediate emotional reactions might not serve us well. As we develop greater emotional intelligence, we often find that our communication skills naturally improve. When we're more aware of our own emotions and better able to manage them, we're less likely to let anger, frustration, or other strong feelings derail our interactions with others. We're able to express ourselves more clearly and listen more attentively. Mindful listening is a particularly powerful communication skill. It involves giving our full attention to the person we're communicating with, not just to their words, but to their tone of voice, body language, and the emotions underlying their message. When we listen mindfully, we're better able to understand others' perspectives and respond in ways that foster connection and understanding. Expressing our own thoughts and feelings mindfully is equally important. This means speaking from a place of awareness, choosing our words carefully to convey our message clearly and compassionately. It also involves being aware of the impact our words might have on others and adjusting our communication style as needed to facilitate understanding and connection. Perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of emotional intelligence is its ability to foster empathy. As we become more attuned to our own emotions, we often find that we're better able to understand and relate to the feelings of others. This empathetic awareness can transform our relationships, allowing us to connect more deeply and navigate conflicts more skillfully. Mindfulness practices can help us develop this empathetic awareness. By cultivating a non-judgmental, accepting attitude towards our own thoughts and feelings, we become more able to extend that same acceptance to others. We learn to see beyond surface behaviors to the emotions and needs that underlie them, fostering greater understanding and compassion. To help you start developing your emotional intelligence, let's explore a few practical exercises. One simple but powerful practice is the emotional check-in. Set aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and observe your emotional state. What are you feeling right now? Where do you feel these emotions in your body? Try to name and acknowledge your emotions without judging them or trying to change them. Another valuable exercise is mindful communication practice. The next time you're in a conversation, try to give your full attention to the person you're speaking with. Notice any tendencies to interrupt, to formulate your response while the other person is still speaking, or to let your mind wander. Gently bring your attention back to the present moment, fully listening to what the other person is saying. To develop empathy, you might try a loving kindness meditation. This involves directing feelings of goodwill and compassion towards yourself and others. Start by wishing yourself well, then gradually extend these wishes to others, first to loved ones, then to acquaintances, and eventually even to people you find challenging. As you begin to incorporate these practices into your life, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience improved self-awareness and emotional control. You might find that you're less easily thrown off balance by strong emotions and more able to navigate challenging situations with grace and composure. As you continue to develop your emotional intelligence, you may notice more significant improvements in your relationships and communication skills. You might find that your interactions with others become smoother and more satisfying, with fewer misunderstandings and conflicts. You may develop a reputation as someone who's easy to talk to, who really listens and understands. For those who persist in cultivating emotional intelligence, the potential benefits are even more profound. You may develop strong leadership abilities, able to inspire and motivate others effectively. You might find that you're able to form deep, meaningful connections with a wide range of people, enriching your personal and professional life in countless ways. Of course, the path to developing emotional intelligence is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is resistance to acknowledging certain emotions. We might find it uncomfortable to sit with feelings of anger, sadness, or fear, preferring to push them away or distract ourselves. If you encounter this resistance, remember to be patient and gentle with yourself. Create a safe, non-judgmental space for exploring your emotions and proceed gradually, building your tolerance for difficult feelings over time. Another challenge you might face is miscommunication despite your best efforts. Even as we work to improve our communication skills, misunderstandings can still occur. If you find yourself in this situation, try not to get discouraged. Instead, view it as an opportunity for further growth and learning. Practice active listening, seeking to truly understand the other person's perspective. And don't be afraid to ask for feedback on your communication style. Insights can be invaluable in helping us improve. As we conclude this exploration of emotional intelligence, take a moment to imagine the potential impact of bringing this level of emotional awareness and skill to your life. Picture yourself navigating complex interpersonal situations with ease, forming deep and meaningful connections, and leading others with wisdom and compassion. This is the power of emotional intelligence, a key that can unlock not just your own potential, but the potential of those around you as well. But as transformative as emotional intelligence can be, it's only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to unlocking the full power of your brain. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that many find challenging, a space where inner turmoil gives way to calm, where chaos transforms into order. Are you ready to discover how to master the forces that often feel beyond our control, and in doing so, unleash levels of creativity and performance you may have never thought possible? The journey continues, and the next step may reveal a power within you that you never knew existed. Chapter 6: Stress Mastery. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, there's an invisible force that often holds us back from reaching our full potential. It's a force so common that we've come to accept it as an inevitable part of life. Yet, this force has the power to cloud our thinking, dampen our creativity, and even impact our physical health. What is this pervasive force? It's stress, and it's time we learn to master it. But what if I told you that stress, when properly understood and managed, could actually become a catalyst for growth and creativity? What if the very thing that seems to be holding you back could be transformed into a powerful tool for unlocking your brain's full potential? This is the art of stress mastery, and it's what we'll explore in this chapter. To truly understand stress mastery, we first need to grasp the profound impact that stress has on our cognitive function. When we're under stress, our bodies release a cascade of hormones, including cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones trigger our fight or flight response, which was incredibly useful when our ancestors needed to escape from predators. However, in our modern world, this stress response is often chronically activated, even when we're not in physical danger. This chronic stress takes a significant toll on our brains. It can impair our memory, reduce our ability to focus, and even shrink certain areas of the brain associated with learning and emotional regulation. Moreover, stress can stifle our creativity, making it difficult to think outside the box or come up with innovative solutions to problems. But here's where things get interesting. When we learn to master stress, we don't just return to our baseline state. We can actually unlock new levels of creativity and mental clarity. It's like clearing away a fog that you didn't even realize was there. Suddenly, your thinking becomes sharper, your ideas flow more freely, and you're able to see connections that you might have missed before. So how do we begin this journey of stress mastery? It starts with understanding the nature of stress itself. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's a complex physiological response that affects every system in our body. When we're stressed, our heart rate increases, our muscles tense, and our breathing becomes shallow. Our digestive system slows down, and our immune system can become suppressed. But here's the key. While we can't always control the stressors in our environment, we can learn to control our response to stress. This is where mindfulness comes in as a powerful stress response tool. Mindfulness allows us to observe our stress response without getting caught up in it. It's like watching a storm from a safe shelter. You can see the lightning and hear the thunder, but you're not out in the rain getting drenched. One of the most effective mindfulness techniques for stress reduction is conscious breathing. When we're stressed, our breathing often becomes shallow and rapid. By deliberately slowing and deepening our breath, we can activate our parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural relaxation response. Try this. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, counting to 4. Hold it for a count of 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this a few times and notice how your body begins to relax. Another powerful technique is the body scan meditation. This involves systematically bringing your attention to different parts of your body, noticing any tension or discomfort, and consciously relaxing each area. Start at your toes and work your way up to the top of your head, spending a few moments on each body part. This practice not only helps to release physical tension, but also brings you into the present moment, interrupting the cycle of stressful thoughts. As you become more adept at managing your stress response, you may begin to notice something surprising. Stress can actually be a catalyst for creativity. This might seem counterintuitive, but moderate levels of stress can create a state of focused arousal that's conducive to creative thinking. The key is learning how to channel that stress energy productively rather than letting it overwhelm you. One way to do this is through mindful practices that enhance creative thinking. For example, try setting aside a few minutes each day for free writing. Let your thoughts flow onto the page without judgment or censorship. This can help to bypass your inner critic and tap into your creative wellspring. Or you might explore mindful drawing, allowing your hand to move across the page without a predetermined plan, simply observing the shapes and patterns that emerge. As you cultivate these practices, you're not just reducing stress, you're promoting overall mental well-being. Mindfulness can help you cultivate a more positive mindset, shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it's about developing a more balanced perspective, one that acknowledges challenges while also recognizing opportunities and blessings. Moreover, regular mindfulness practice can build mental resilience, making you better equipped to handle future stressors. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and more flexible your stress response becomes. Over time, you may find that things that used to stress you out no longer have the same impact. To help you on this journey of stress mastery, let's explore a few practical exercises. One powerful tool is stress journaling. Set aside a few minutes each day to write about your stressors and your responses to them. What triggered your stress? How did your body feel? What thoughts went through your mind? By bringing awareness to your stress patterns, you can start to identify triggers and develop more effective coping strategies. Another beneficial practice is mindful walking meditation. This combines the stress-reducing benefits of mindfulness with the mood-boosting effects of physical activity. As you walk, bring your attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, the feeling of the air on your skin. If your mind wanders to stressful thoughts, gently bring it back to these physical sensations. Creative visualization is another powerful technique for stress mastery. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, close your eyes, and imagine a peaceful, relaxing scene in vivid detail. It could be a beautiful beach, a serene forest, or any place that makes you feel calm and safe. Engage all your senses in this visualization. What do you see, hear, smell, and feel in this peaceful place? This practice can provide a mental escape from stress and help to reset your nervous system. As you begin to incorporate these practices into your life, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience reduced stress levels and improved mood. You might find that you're able to bounce back more quickly from stressful events, or that things that used to bother you no longer have the same impact. As you continue to develop your stress mastery skills, you may notice more significant improvements in your creativity and problem-solving abilities, especially under pressure. You might find that you're able to come up with innovative solutions more easily, or that you're better able to maintain your focus and productivity even in challenging situations. For those who persist in cultivating stress mastery, the potential benefits are even more profound. You may develop a level of mastery over stress that leads to peak cognitive performance. Imagine being able to stay calm and focused in even the most high-pressure situations, to tap into your creativity at will, and to maintain a sense of balance and well-being no matter what life throws your way. Of course, the path to stress mastery is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is the inability to reduce stress with the techniques you've learned. If you find yourself in this situation, don't get discouraged. Stress management is a highly individual process, and what works for one person may not work for another. The key is to be patient and persistent in exploring different methods until you find what works best for you. Don't hesitate to seek professional guidance if you're struggling. A therapist or mindfulness coach can provide personalized strategies and support. Another challenge you might encounter is increased anxiety during mindfulness practice. Some people find that when they first start to pay attention to their thoughts and feelings, their anxiety actually increases. If this happens to you, try shortening your practice sessions and focusing on grounding techniques. This might involve bringing your attention to physical sensations, like the feeling of your feet on the ground or the texture of an object in your hands. Remember, the goal is to create a sense of safety and stability, so go at your own pace and be gentle with yourself. As we conclude this exploration of stress mastery, take a moment to imagine the potential impact of bringing this level of calm and clarity to your life. Picture yourself navigating life's challenges with grace and ease, tapping into wellsprings of creativity you never knew you had, and maintaining a sense of balance and well-being, even in the face of adversity. This is the power of stress mastery, a key that can unlock not just your cognitive potential, but a whole new way of being in the world. But as transformative as stress mastery can be, it's only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to unlocking the full power of your brain. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that many find both exciting and daunting. A space where big-picture thinking meets detailed analysis, where complex problems yield to innovative solutions. Are you ready to discover how to harness the full power of your mind to tackle even the most challenging situations? The journey continues, and the next step may reveal a level of mental acuity you never thought possible. Chapter 7. Strategic Mindset. Have you ever marveled at those individuals who seem to have an uncanny ability to see the big picture, to navigate complex situations with ease, and to consistently come up with innovative solutions to challenging problems? What if I told you that this ability isn't some innate talent, but a skill that can be cultivated and honed? Welcome to the world of the strategic mindset. But what exactly is a strategic mindset, and why is it so crucial for unlocking the full power of your brain? At its core, a strategic mindset is about seeing beyond the immediate and obvious. It's about understanding the interconnections between different elements, anticipating potential outcomes, and crafting approaches that align with long-term goals. It's a way of thinking that combines analytical rigor with creative vision, allowing you to navigate complex situations with confidence and clarity. The role of strategic thinking in cognitive excellence cannot be overstated. In a world that's increasingly complex and rapidly changing, the ability to think strategically is more valuable than ever. It allows us to make sense of ambiguity, to identify opportunities where others see only obstacles, and to craft solutions that address root causes rather than just symptoms. But here's where things get really interesting. Mindfulness, that practice of present moment awareness we've been exploring throughout this book, can significantly enhance our capacity for strategic thinking. It might seem counterintuitive at first. After all, isn't strategic thinking about the future, while mindfulness is about the present? The key lies in understanding how mindfulness shapes our cognitive processes. Mindfulness promotes cognitive flexibility, which is essential for strategic thinking. When we practice mindfulness, we're training our minds to be more open and receptive, less rigid in our thinking patterns. This flexibility allows us to adapt more readily to change, to see situations from multiple perspectives, and to generate a wider range of potential solutions to problems. Moreover, mindfulness enhances our problem-solving abilities by helping us approach challenges with a clear and focused mind. It allows us to step back from the immediate pressures of a situation and view it with greater objectivity. This can be particularly valuable when dealing with complex problems that require innovative thinking. So how do we begin to cultivate this strategic mindset through mindfulness? One key aspect is learning to adapt to change mindfully. In our fast-paced world, change is constant, and our ability to navigate it effectively can make all the difference in our success. Mindfulness helps us develop a more balanced relationship with change. Instead of automatically resisting it or becoming overwhelmed by it, we learn to observe change with curiosity and openness. Try this. The next time you encounter a change in your life, whether big or small, take a moment to pause and observe your reaction. Notice any thoughts or emotions that arise without judging them. Then, consciously choose how you want to respond. This simple practice can help you develop greater adaptability and resilience in the face of change. Another crucial aspect of the strategic mindset is the ability to embrace new perspectives. Our minds have a natural tendency to fall into habitual patterns of thinking, which can limit our ability to see novel solutions or opportunities. Mindfulness can help us break out of these mental ruts by cultivating a sense of beginner's mind, approaching situations with fresh eyes and an open attitude. One way to practice this is through perspective-shifting exercises. Choose a situation or problem you're dealing with and deliberately try to view it from different angles. What would this look like from the perspective of someone with a completely different background or set of experiences? How might you approach it if you had unlimited resources, or conversely, if you had very limited resources? By playfully exploring these different viewpoints, you can expand your mental flexibility and generate new insights. As we develop this cognitive flexibility, we also enhance our problem-solving abilities. Mindfulness allows us to approach challenges with greater clarity and focus. Instead of getting caught up in reactive thinking or jumping to quick conclusions, we can take a more measured, thoughtful approach. One powerful technique for mindful problem-solving is the practice of inquiry. When faced with a challenge, take a moment to pause and ask yourself open-ended questions. What's really going on here? What assumptions am I making? What possibilities haven't I considered yet? By cultivating this attitude of curiosity and exploration, we can uncover innovative solutions that might otherwise have remained hidden. Strategic planning, too, takes on a new dimension when approached with mindfulness. Instead of getting caught up in rigid plans or unrealistic expectations, we can set goals that are both ambitious and flexible. Mindfulness helps us stay attuned to changing circumstances and adjust our plans accordingly, while still keeping our larger objectives in view. When setting goals mindfully, consider not just what you want to achieve, but why it's important to you. What values or aspirations are driving these goals? By connecting our goals to our deeper intentions, we create a sense of purpose and motivation that can sustain us through challenges and setbacks. To help you start developing your strategic mindset, let's explore a few practical exercises. One powerful technique is mind mapping with mindfulness. Start by writing a central idea or problem in the middle of a blank page. Then, allow your mind to freely associate, jotting down related ideas, questions, or potential solutions as they arise. The key is to do this mindfully, observing your thought process without judgment and staying open to unexpected connections. Scenario planning is another valuable tool for strategic thinking. Choose a situation or decision you're facing and imagine several possible future scenarios. What might happen if things go better than expected? What if they go worse? What unexpected events could change the landscape entirely? By mentally rehearsing these different possibilities, you can develop greater adaptability and preparedness. As you begin to incorporate these practices into your life, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience improved adaptability and openness to new ideas. You might find that you're less thrown off by unexpected changes and more able to see opportunities in challenging situations. As you continue to develop your strategic mindset, you may notice more significant improvements in your strategic thinking and planning skills. You might find that you're able to craft more effective long-term plans, to anticipate potential obstacles more accurately, and to generate more innovative solutions to complex problems. For those who persist in cultivating a strategic mindset, the potential benefits are even more profound. You may develop the ability to consistently generate innovative solutions to complex problems, becoming a go-to person for tackling challenging situations in your personal and professional life. Of course, the path to developing a strategic mindset is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is difficulty in thinking outside the box. Even as we strive to be more open and flexible in our thinking, we may find ourselves falling back into habitual thought patterns. If you encounter this challenge, try engaging in creativity exercises to stimulate your divergent thinking. Collaborating with others can also be helpful, as it exposes you to different perspectives and ideas. Another challenge you might face is feeling overwhelmed when dealing with complex problems. The sheer number of variables and potential outcomes can sometimes feel paralyzing. If you find yourself in this situation, try breaking the problem down into smaller, more manageable parts. Also, remember to use your mindfulness skills to manage any anxiety or stress that arises. Taking a few deep breaths and grounding yourself in the present moment can help clear your mind and restore your focus. As we conclude this exploration of the strategic mindset, take a moment to imagine the potential impact of bringing this level of strategic thinking to your life. Picture yourself navigating complex challenges with confidence and clarity, consistently generating innovative solutions, and crafting plans that align with your deepest values and aspirations. This is the power of a strategic mindset, a key that can unlock not just your cognitive potential, but your ability to shape your life and your world in profound ways. But as transformative as a strategic mindset can be, it's only one piece of the puzzle when it comes to unlocking the full power of your brain. In the next chapter, we'll delve into a realm that many find both exciting and challenging, a space where small, consistent actions lead to profound, lasting change. Are you ready to discover how to transform your mindfulness practice from occasional moments of clarity into a powerful, ongoing force for cognitive enhancement? The journey continues, and the next step may reveal a way to make mindfulness an integral, effortless part of your daily life. Chapter 8: Mindful Habits. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly maintain their focus, stay calm under pressure, and consistently make wise decisions. What if I told you that the secret doesn't lie in some innate talent or extraordinary willpower, but in something much more accessible, their habits? We often think of habits as mundane, even trivial aspects of our lives. But what if these small, repeated actions held the key to unlocking the full power of your brain? Welcome to the world of mindful habits, where everyday routines become powerful tools for cognitive enhancement. But what exactly are mindful habits, and why are they so crucial for cognitive development? At their core, mindful habits are regular practices that bring awareness and intention to our daily activities. They're the bridge between the insights we gain during formal mindfulness practice and the rest of our lives. And when it comes to cognitive development, these habits play a pivotal role. You see, our brains are incredibly plastic, constantly changing and adapting based on our experiences and behaviors. Every time we engage in a mindful practice, we're not just affecting our mental state in that moment, we're actually reshaping our neural pathways. But here's the catch. These changes don't happen overnight. They require consistent, repeated effort. This is where habits come in. By integrating mindfulness into our daily routines, we create opportunities for continuous cognitive growth. Each mindful moment, no matter how small, contributes to this ongoing process of neural rewiring. Over time, these accumulated changes can lead to significant improvements in our mental capabilities, from enhanced focus and memory to greater emotional regulation and creative problem-solving skills. So how do we begin to establish these mindful habits? It starts with creating a consistent mindfulness routine. This doesn't mean you need to meditate for hours each day. In fact, short, regular practices can be more effective than longer, sporadic ones. The key is consistency. Try this. Choose a simple mindfulness practice, like focusing on your breath for a few minutes, and commit to doing it at the same time each day. It could be right after you wake up, during your lunch break, or before you go to bed. By anchoring your practice to a specific time or existing habit, you make it more likely that you'll follow through. Of course, establishing new habits isn't always easy. We often encounter obstacles, from busy schedules to simple forgetfulness. One effective strategy for overcoming these obstacles is to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire routine at once. Instead, focus on integrating one mindful habit at a time. As that habit becomes more established, you can gradually add others. Another powerful approach is to incorporate mindfulness into activities you're already doing. This is where the concept of mindfulness in everyday activities comes into play. For instance, you might practice mindful eating, paying full attention to the tastes, textures, and sensations of your meals. Or you could bring mindfulness to your work, taking brief moments throughout the day to check in with your breath and reset your focus. Mindful movement is another excellent way to integrate mindfulness into your daily life. This could involve practices like yoga or tai chi, but it can be as simple as bringing awareness to your body as you walk, noticing the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, the movement of your arms. As you begin to establish these mindful habits, you may start to notice changes in your cognitive abilities. Perhaps you find it easier to concentrate on tasks, or you're better able to manage stress. But how do we sustain and build upon this growth over time? One key strategy is to track your progress mindfully. This doesn't mean obsessively measuring every aspect of your performance. Rather, it's about cultivating a gentle awareness of how your mindfulness practices are affecting your daily life. You might keep a journal, noting any changes you observe in your focus, mood, or overall well-being. It's also important to be willing to adjust your practices as you continue to develop. What works for you at the beginning of your mindfulness journey may not be as effective as you progress. Be open to exploring new techniques or deepening your existing practices. This flexibility helps ensure that your mindfulness habits continue to challenge and engage you, promoting ongoing cognitive growth. To help you start developing your own mindful habits, let's explore a few practical exercises. One powerful technique for habit formation is the if-then planning method. Choose a mindfulness practice you want to establish, then link it to a specific cue in your environment or routine. For example, if I sit down at my desk to start work, then I'll take 3 mindful breaths before beginning. This clear, concrete plan makes it more likely that you'll follow through on your intention. Another useful exercise is mindful routine planning. Take some time to review your daily schedule and identify potential moments for mindfulness practice. These could be transition times between activities, moments of waiting, or even during routine tasks like brushing your teeth or washing dishes. By intentionally planning these mindful moments, you create a structure that supports your practice. As you incorporate these mindful habits into your daily life, you may start to notice some positive changes. At a basic level, you're likely to experience the establishment of regular mindfulness habits. You might find that mindfulness becomes a natural part of your day, something you turn to automatically in various situations. As you continue to develop your mindful habits, you may notice more significant improvements in your cognitive abilities over time. You might experience enhanced focus, better emotional regulation, or improved problem-solving skills. These changes often occur gradually, but their cumulative effect can be profound. For those who persist in cultivating mindful habits, the potential benefits are even more transformative. You may experience long-term changes in your mental performance, reaching new levels of cognitive clarity, emotional intelligence, and creative insight. Mindfulness becomes not just something you do, but a fundamental way of being that permeates all aspects of your life. Of course, the path to developing mindful habits is not without its challenges. One common obstacle is inconsistency in practice. It's easy to start with enthusiasm, only to find your mindfulness habits slipping after a few days or weeks. If you encounter this challenge, try setting reminders for yourself, perhaps a gentle alarm on your phone or sticky notes in key locations. You might also consider finding an accountability partner, someone who shares your commitment to mindfulness and can offer support and encouragement. Another challenge you might face is plateauing in your cognitive growth. After an initial period of noticeable improvement, you might feel like you've stopped making progress. This is a normal part of any learning process, but it can be discouraging. If you find yourself in this situation, try introducing new mindfulness practices to challenge yourself in different ways. You might also seek out more advanced techniques or guidance from experienced practitioners. As we conclude this exploration of mindful habits, take a moment to imagine the potential impact of integrating mindfulness deeply into your daily life. Picture yourself moving through your day with a sense of calm awareness, able to focus deeply when needed, to respond to challenges with equanimity, and to consistently access your highest cognitive abilities. This is the power of mindful habits, a key that can unlock not just moments of clarity and insight, but a sustained state of enhanced mental performance and well-being. But as transformative as mindful habits can be, they're not the end of the journey. In fact, they're just the beginning of a lifelong adventure in cognitive enhancement and personal growth. In the next chapter, we'll explore a realm that many find both exhilarating and humbling, a space where the boundaries of your potential expand beyond what you ever thought possible. Are you ready to discover how the mindfulness skills you've developed can open doors to realms of human potential you may have never imagined? The journey continues, and the next step may reveal a vista of possibilities that will forever change how you see yourself and your place in the world. Chapter 9: Limitless Journey. As we reach the final chapter of our exploration into mindfulness and cognitive enhancement, you might be tempted to think of this as an ending, but in truth, it's just the beginning. The journey you've embarked upon is not a finite path with a clear destination, but a limitless adventure that continues to unfold with each mindful moment. Throughout this book, you've discovered powerful tools and techniques for harnessing the full potential of your mind. You've learned how to cultivate presence, manage stress, think strategically, and integrate mindfulness into your daily life. But these are not just isolated skills or temporary fixes. They are the building blocks of a transformative approach to living, one that can continue to expand your cognitive abilities and enrich your life in ways you may not yet imagine. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key transformations you've undergone. You've learned to anchor yourself in the present moment, freeing yourself from the constant pull of past regrets and future anxieties. You've discovered how to harness the power of your breath to calm your mind and sharpen your focus. You've explored techniques for managing stress, not just as a way to cope, but as a means to unlock creativity and enhance performance. You've delved into the realm of emotional intelligence, learning to recognize and manage your own emotions while developing greater empathy for others. You've cultivated a strategic mindset, enhancing your ability to navigate complex challenges and craft innovative solutions. And you've learned how to integrate these practices into your daily life, turning mindfulness from an occasional practice into a habitual way of being. But the true empowerment comes not just from what you've learned, but from how these practices can continue to shape your life moving forward. Mindfulness is not a static skill, but a dynamic, evolving practice that grows with you. As you continue to apply these techniques, you'll likely find that your capacity for awareness, focus, and insight continues to expand. One of the most profound ways this growth manifests is in your relationships. The enhanced communication and empathy you've developed through mindfulness practice can transform your interactions with others. You may find yourself listening more deeply, speaking more thoughtfully, and connecting more authentically. Conflicts that once seemed intractable may become opportunities for understanding and growth. Moreover, the self-awareness you've cultivated allows you to show up more fully in your relationships. Instead of operating on autopilot or reacting from old patterns, you can engage with others from a place of presence and intention. This mindful approach to relationships can lead to deeper connections, more fulfilling interactions, and a greater sense of community and belonging. But the benefits of your mindfulness journey extend far beyond your personal relationships. You may find that you're now able to access higher cognitive functions that were previously out of reach. Complex problem solving, creative ideation, and strategic planning may come more easily to you. You might notice an enhanced ability to focus deeply for extended periods or to switch between tasks with greater ease and efficiency. These enhanced cognitive abilities can translate into tangible achievements in both your personal and professional life. Goals that once seemed daunting may now feel within reach. You might find yourself taking on challenges with greater confidence, approaching obstacles with more creativity, and persevering in the face of setbacks with renewed resilience. What's truly exciting is that these benefits tend to compound over time. As you continue to practice the concepts outlined in this book, you may find that you're able to achieve better results with less and less effort. This is the power of habitual mindfulness. It becomes an effortless part of who you are, rather than something you have to consciously remember to do. Imagine approaching each day with a clear, focused mind, ready to engage fully with whatever challenges or opportunities arise. Picture yourself navigating complex situations with ease, making decisions with confidence, and consistently accessing your highest levels of performance. This is not a far-off dream, but a very real possibility as you continue your mindfulness journey. As you reflect on your transformation thus far, take a moment to acknowledge your growth. Notice the ways in which you've changed. Perhaps you're calmer under pressure, more attentive in your relationships, or more creative in your problem solving. Cultivate a sense of gratitude for your journey, including both the successes and the challenges that have helped you grow. But remember, this journey is far from over. Mindfulness is a lifelong practice, one that continues to evolve and deepen over time. Each day brings new opportunities for learning, growth, and discovery. By approaching your practice with curiosity and openness, you can continue to expand your mental capacities and explore new realms of possibility. As you look to the future, consider setting intentions for your ongoing practice. What aspects of mindfulness would you like to explore further? How might you integrate these practices more deeply into your life? Remember, the goal is not perfection, but continuous growth and exploration. Moreover, As your practice deepens, you may find yourself naturally expanding your focus beyond yourself. The awareness and compassion you've cultivated can become powerful forces for positive change in your community and the world at large. By living mindfully, you become an inspiration to others, silently demonstrating the transformative power of presence and awareness. You might find yourself contributing to your community in new ways, bringing mindfulness to your work, your volunteer activities, or your interactions with neighbors and friends. Your enhanced ability to listen deeply, to empathize, and to think creatively can make you a powerful force for positive change in whatever spheres you choose to engage in. As we conclude this book, I invite you to see this not as an ending, but as a launching point for the next phase of your journey. The practices and insights you've gained are not meant to be confined to the pages of this book, but to be lived, explored, and expanded upon in your daily life. Imagine for a moment the person you might become as you continue this journey. Picture yourself 5, 10, or 20 years from now, having consistently applied and deepened these practices. How might your mind work differently? How might you approach challenges? What kind of impact might you have on the world around you? The truth is, the potential is limitless. The human brain is incredibly plastic, constantly capable of growth and change. By committing to this path of mindful living and continuous cognitive enhancement, you're not just improving your mind, you're actively shaping the person you're becoming. And here's the truly exciting part. As you continue to grow and evolve, you'll likely discover capacities within yourself that you never knew existed. You may find yourself accessing states of flow, creativity, and insight that feel almost supernatural. You might discover an ability to understand complex systems, to empathize deeply with others, or to find innovative solutions to pressing problems. In essence, by embracing this limitless journey, you're not just enhancing your cognitive abilities, you're expanding the very boundaries of what you believe is possible for yourself and for human potential as a whole. So as you close this book, I encourage you to carry these practices forward with enthusiasm and commitment. Let mindfulness be not just a set of techniques, but a way of life, a lens through which you view and engage with the world. Continue to explore, to question, to push the boundaries of your own potential. Remember, every moment is an opportunity for mindfulness, for growth, for transformation. Each breath is a chance to begin anew, to recommit to your practice, to step more fully into the vast potential of your mind. You've taken the first steps on an incredible journey, a journey towards unlocking the full power of your brain, towards living with greater awareness, purpose, and impact. The path ahead is filled with possibility, with challenge, with discovery. It's a path that leads not to a final destination, but to continuous unfolding and expansion. So take a deep breath, center yourself in this moment, and step forward into the limitless journey that awaits. The power to shape your mind, your life, and your world lies within you. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as the boundaries of what you thought possible continue to expand, revealing a vista of potential more vast and beautiful than you ever imagined. Your journey towards unlocking the full power of your brain doesn't end here. It's just beginning. As you continue to cultivate mindfulness and enhance your cognitive abilities, you may notice a shift in how others perceive and interact with you. This transformation often leads to a new challenge: how to effectively channel your newfound mental clarity and presence in your interactions with others. There's an intriguing connection between your inner growth and your outer influence. The next step in your personal evolution might surprise you. It's about harnessing the magnetic power of your authentic self. To truly maximize the benefits of your mindfulness journey and create lasting impact in your relationships and career, you'll want to explore the audiobook, You Attract What You Are: The Secret of Building a Magnetic Personality. This essential guide will show you how to amplify your presence and draw others to you effortlessly. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.